Hello, what is up, chat? What is up? We're doing some Patron deck reviews. Make myself a little smaller. All right. 10 days ago, 10 days ago. Is it all 10 days ago? Where did I leave off? I don't remember what the last one I did was. That one's done. I did this lantern control list. I did this mono green one. I remember doing this and this. Okay, maybe I didn't do that one. Yo, what up, Felix? I did not do this one. Okay. Did I do this Lord of Pain? I wish... Does it let me sort by date edited? Updated at. Ah, okay. Did that work? Kinda, right? And then these ones, all at the bottom, I've already updated. I should have done this before the stream. Yes. Okay. Alright, cool. That's a better way to sort it. Yo, what's up? Have I watched the Lantern Control video? No, I haven't. When do I sleep, bro? Any time that I have that is free time, I am working. I'm working. I bet I recommend more mana rocks. Yeah, perhaps. You're the Lord of Pain deck list. We can just do that one right now if you're right here. Wait, did I haven't reviewed this one. All right, let's do the Lord of Pain one. So, as a reminder, how this all works, I will get reviews from my patrons. They submit deck lists, and then I take a look at them live on stream. I haven't looked at them previously. Take a peek-sees, and then I suggest a few cuts and a few adds. Try to do 3 card swaps. Things that are added go to the sideboard. Things that are cut go to the maybe board. All right, what are we looking at with this Lord of Pain list? Lord of Pain's pretty sweet. I actually really like this card. Looks like we had a Hordly Broodlord. Hergast. Greater Gargadon. Okay. Interesting. I'm not immediately seeing the point of Hergast or there's a Greater Gargadon, but, we'll keep looking. Let's see if we find something. Over, under 3 decks, I get sidetracked on. We'll see. I'm pretty tired. I don't know how many I'm going to be doing, to be honest. We'll see. Kind of out of it, but I had some free time, so I was like, I should get through some of these. 39 with MDFC is pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, so my immediate problem is I have no idea what the hell this deck is supposed to be doing. What's the point of this list? I think you said you're in this... You're in the chat here. Greater Gargan is just a burn spell. Oh, it's literally just to trigger Lord of Pain. Okay, it has no other... Okay. Okay, I thought I was missing something. Yeah, 1 mana 9 damage. Okay, sure. I get it. Cool. Is it just burn? Is that the theme? Is there no other overarching theme? Why is this deck running triple triad? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Yeah, a lot of those elementals with alternative costs. I mean, yeah, we have. I get that we have like evoke elementals, and they're very efficient for doing damage with Lord of Pain. It's just big mana. Okay, nothing in particular. Average CMC. Let's take a look. 4.59. Although the average CMC of this deck is very deceptive. Cards like Snuff Out are functionally 0. Deflecting Swats functionally 0. Blood for the Blood God you almost always reduce. Blasphemous Act gets reduced. Blood-Soaked Insight gets reduced. Which, by the way, Blood-Soaked Insight, perfect for this deck. I love that. So the average CMC is a little hard to use here because it doesn't tell the full story. I guess if we're just Rakdos good stuff, you know, I get it. I get being Rakdos good stuff. In which case, I think we need to cut some of the not good stuff with the gooder stuff. Does that make any sense at all? Card you owned this way and each other exile card with lesser mana value. I triple try just seems so jank. Like, this is just an incredibly jank card here, right? It has the potential. It's like a card draw spell. It's a Phyrexian Arena that might draw you 0 cards. That's like, I mean, that's just, it's double the mana of Phyrexian. You know what I'm saying? We should be any more cards that campaign on other people's turns. Yes, I agree with you, Alexander. Actually, what I'm thinking about is a lot of these big things, you're just casting on your turn and then that's it. Like, I feel like maybe we want some more big instance, perhaps. You'll have tried. It's such a bad card. It is a really bad card, but I mean, it's kind of funny. Is Lightning Greaves our only... I guess we have Lightning Greaves and Deflecting Sword as our only real protection for the commander. Because without the commander, it feels like we don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Ornithopter of Paradise. Generous Plunderer also seems quite ungood. It doesn't do anything with our theme, and we give treasures to other people. And it's like a 2/2 with mana. It's not like it actually attacks that much. Oh yeah, you do have Bolt Bend as well. I do really like Bolt Bend. This card is crazy strong. Pyrokinesis. I think we need more stuff like Pyrokinesis, is what I'm thinking. More big instants to trigger it, but are also like good value cards, you know? Radiate is a funny big man instant. But Radiate you usually have to cast something else first, right? Oh, that's true. I forgot Untimely Malfunction has that other mode. I always think of it as destroy target artifact, but it does also redirect. Okay, yeah. We got some good protection. Hey, what's up, Jace? Seen anything special? This is the first list of the night, so we'll see. I think these are my first 2 cuts. Little Pain runs a decent control shell package in its colors. Yeah, that makes sense. Can we run any of the Undaunted cards? The red one, probably not. What does the black one do again? Oh, Curtain's Call. Is that already in here? Yeah, it is. Okay. And the red one doesn't make sense for this list. Shadow Mortality. I mean, I feel like I definitely want more card draw in a list like this. I also... where's the card I'm thinking of? Skullstorm or Blood Money? Those could be... Fated Return. You ever seen this card? Whoa. Something just disconnected from my PC. You ever seen Fated Return? I really like this card. This card's really, strange. So it is a big spell for, like, late game, your, like, you know, thing. But it is also an instant, which is pretty sweet. So if you, you know, on your turn with Lord of Pain in play, you play, like, you know, a discounted card, Cavern Horde. You know, you might still have enough mana for a Fated Return. I don't know. But it is a really good card, actually. It'll deal 7 damage. It's really good for, like, a good stuff deck like this. A better option that is more expensive, that I think is also a really good option for a good stuff deck like this, because you kind of sometimes just need a finisher, is Rise of the Dark Realms, which is now down to $5, actually, which is kind of sweet. Rise of the Dark Realms is pretty cool. I feel like I want more card draw in a deck like this, too. Because the thing about good stuff decks is you need to, like, 2-for-1 a lot, and this deck has a lot of 1-for-1s. Big Man, instant draw spells, Wretched Confluence, Stinging Study. I like Stinging Study, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Is Stinging Study $12? Ain't no way. I guess it's $6 on TCG Player, but... Damn, it's more expensive than I thought. Yeah. The card's really good, though. Yeah, you draw X cards and lose X life for X to the mana value of commander you own on the battlefield of the command zone. So this is just 5-minute draw 5 straight up. And it's an instant, which is cool. We're never attacking getting back the jewel, are we? I mean... I don't know. Here's the thing, is like... Bloodthirsty Conqueror, Flying Death Touch. This is a 5-5 with Menace. Flying First Strike, 5-5. Flying Trample Haste, 6-6. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Jewel is too jank. It also encourages players to attack other people and not you, which is something you want in this. I don't think it's horrible. Transformation Florist. Demonstrate. Destroy target artifact or creature you don't control. If that permanent is destroyed this way, its control exiles top of your library. Say a non-land card, they may cast a panic spend into cost. I guess demonstrate. If you choose an opponent to also copy it. Do they cast the copy with demonstrate? Like, does this trigger Lord of Pain on your opponent's casting something? Afterlife from the Loam? I don't know what that does. Coveted Jewel is so funny in like some jank like legacy decks. It's really funny that it shows up in some of these other formats. Oh, here's a big spell with Delve. Okay. For each player chooses a 1-target creature card in their library, put those on the battlefield. Oh man, Afterlife from the Loam is probably just like way better than this other Garbo card I suggested. Probably better than Faded Return. There's also Empty the Pits. Yes, Demonstrate is cast, so it does trigger. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it casts the spells, not putting it in stuff. Empty the Pits is pretty cool. It just makes a ton of dudes, but it already has quad black. And the mana value gets like really big with the Delve. This is also another potential option. And it is an instant. So even if you just have 2 cards and you make 1 zombie, it's still a 6 mana instant, which is kind of cool. Cheaper than mana value will show you cards that can be cast for cheaper than their cost. Oh, really? I've never tried this before. Whoa, that's pretty cool. We need we need color identity real quick. Hang on. Commander, red, black, boom. Oh, look at that. That's cool. It's a Scryfall search. It'll show you all the things you can cast for less than their mana value. That's kind of neat. Empty the Pits looks... Empty the Pits is like... I mean, here's the thing is, because it's an instant, you get people with this card. I have got people with Empty the Pits. Because you just go, alright, on your end step, 4 mana, delve my whole yard away, make like 8 dudes, untap Anthem Slam. It's like... It's really cool. This card's very strange in these colors. It's something that people don't expect. This is kind of a neat Scryfall search. That's thank you for sharing that. Let's go by EDH rank though, which is pretty useful. O-tags are pretty heavily underutilized and incredibly useful. Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember if we talked about it. Attack on Cardboard just put out like a syntax guide for Scryfall, which is pretty cool. It's very useful too. Oh, Blitz is a good mechanic. We could look at like some Blitz cards. Like Jaxus is already a pretty sweet card. Should we Oracle Text Blitz, right? No? I did it wrong. Demonstrate puts the copies on the stack for both you and the opponent. It doesn't count as casting. That's what I was thinking. We can Google it. Does demonstrate cause your opponent to cast the spell? There's no way. They must copy it, must resolve. MTG demonstrate rules. Let's find the actual. Oh, cards with demonstrate let you copy the spell when you cast it, but lets an opponent copy the spell. When you cast the spell, you may copy and choose. If you copy the spell, choose an opponent. That player copies the spell and chooses. Yeah, so it sounds like that player, they don't cast it, right? So yeah, demonstrate doesn't cast, which means cards like Transformation Flourish don't actually trigger Lord of Pain. We don't have the other one. So, unless it's in here. Any good Blitz cards? Is it just Jaxus? Is Jaxus the only good Blitz card? Star Athlete kind of sucks. It is all pretty garbo. Inspired Tinkering. The card does say cast. When you cast the spell, you may copy it. If you do choose an opponent, they also copy it. It doesn't say that they cast it. Until they exile a... Oh, you mean this thing. Destroy target creature, exile top of the exile non-land card. They may... Oh. You're right. This one doesn't. It's not the... Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. The card itself does. Oh, but the demonstrate doesn't think. Yeah, okay. That makes sense why you have this and not the other ones. Okay. Exile top 3 cards of your library until the next turn. You may play those cards, create 3 treasure tokens. This is kind of a good generic card. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. What does Charred Fourier do? At the beginning of your upkeep, exile top card of your library, you may play this turn. Cool. Once on each turn, you may pay 0 rather than mana cost for a spell you cast from exile. That's pretty good. Now, I mean, there's some kind of fun, like, synergy here with Inspired Tinkering and stuff like this. How many things do we cast from exile? Is there more cast from exile synergy we can play? Yeah, it's alright, Felix. You were both... Here's the thing, is you were both, like, right at the same time, which is that Demonstrate doesn't trigger Lord of Pain, but specifically Transforming Flourish does trigger Lord of Pain. I wonder if there's anything else that, like, works with the cast from exile type stuff. Because we already have, like, I'm looking at the list here. We already have Prosper, so we like casting things from exile. Right, Prosper's... Is he not in here? Am I crazy? There he is. We already have Prosper. We have Charred Fourier. Is there other, like, good synergies for that? There's, like, that demon, right? Probably better off switching to good black draw than the small exile package. Yeah, I'm wondering. I mean, Inspired Tinkering is kind of nice because it does make 3 treasures as well. It's, like, basically 2 mana, draw 3. Wheel of the Absent. That's a new one, right? Any number of target opponents each sacrifice a creature with the greatest power and lose 3 life. Target creature from your... Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. That is pretty good. It is usually like a 3-for-1. Isn't this a sign to cut Prosper? Not really. I mean, not really, because Prosper, like, doesn't actually need synergy to be good. It's a 1/4 Death Touch, so it's a very obnoxious blocker. And then by itself, because it doesn't... This card is a, you know... This is a modern Magic card. It doesn't need support. It does the thing, exiles the top card on your end step. You don't have to wait till upkeep. And then when you do that, it gets a treasure too. Warp cards, maybe? Oh, wait, warp cards? Yeah. Exile package isn't... It can only be cast... Oh, yeah, warp cards do suck if you hit them with Impulse Draw. That is true. I mean, man, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, warp is considered casting. So warp is... It's kind of like Blitz, where you get to potentially do a lot more damage than the amount of mana you're spending, which is kind of cool. But Evoke you can cast from exile. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, Prosperous Floor is like 1 card and 1 treasure turn, which is good. Yeah, because it's a 4-drop. This card is very, very, very busted. I kind of like the exile package thing. Choose a number of plays for each player. They reveal cards at the top of their library until if you'll non-land card deals damage to the converted mana. I wonder if so it throws it. Oh, throw, not throw. There's a chaos that's kind of neat here. You can impending overlords from exile, right? You may cast the spell forcing pending cost. Yes, indeed, you can. This one spiked in price because it's really good in modern right now, sadly. But I think Boiler Bridges is still pretty cheap. Okay, yeah, Overlord of the Boiler Bridge is kind of fun. It's removal. I kind of like Throes of Chaos. Is this great? No, the Overlords are not $20. It's just the black one. I'm pretty sure the other ones are all like pretty cheap. This one's $7, I guess. The green one is expensive. But yeah, the blue and red one are both like $3. Belmark is good in Legacy too. Yeah, it's because it's the 2-mana one. You just blink it or whatever. Green is pretty expensive, yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just the Abzan ones that are kind of pricey. Man, Greater Gardon seems so bad. It feels so bad. It's 1 mana, deal 10 damage with your commander in play. But like without your commander in play, it's like nothing. It's just nothing in this deck. ETB, deal 4 damage. Delirium. I mean, that's good if you can turn on Delirium. This is tough. It's really hard to cut cards from a deck like this. I feel like maybe Pyrokinesis is bad. This is another, like, I know it's good with your commander, but it's only 4 damage and it's 2 cards. Like, it's so bad, right? And there's a lot of creatures that you don't want to, like, that are too big for I think this one just might be, like, Garbo. Bolus's Citadel would be 1 card. You get Dome for, like, 20. Yeah. Throws of Chaos is probably too funny. I'm not going to actually suggest that one. Kaboom is like... I need to read the Oracle text to make sure I'm not... It's really funny. Choose any number of target players or planeswalkers. For each of them, reveal the top card of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Deals damage to its mana value. It's like... It's like 5 mana, maybe do nothing. This one feels so bad. Yeah, like Pyrokinesis is an instant. Oh, but it's 2 cards. Like, I think you play... Like, cards like that are really rough in a deck like this because they just don't do anything. Like, it does damage or whatever, and, like, that's it. I don't know. I feel like Stinging Study is just better. Not how X spells work. I mean, yeah, Citadel with X spells doesn't work too well. How many cards are we getting in the bin? How good are these Delve cards? Empty the Pits might be too jank. As much as I love it. Oh, here we go. Creative Technique. Okay, never mind. This one also works with the commander. Season of the Bold, similar to Inspired Trinket. Tinkering. Is that that's the red one, right? Make a tap treasure, exile top 2 cards, exile top 2 cards. Yeah, but Tinkering does 3 cards and 3 treasures, which this can't do. I'm not tossing in Draco in a 2-color deck. That doesn't seem too worth. I want to find one more cut. Honestly, I kind of want it to be Shadow Immortality. It's like really good though, but you can get stuck in your hand a lot. If your starting life total is less than your starting, it's going to cost X less. Like, I don't know. Shadow Mortality is a lot of damage, though. It's like way more than 10. It's 15. It's so much. It's so much damage. Shadow will never get stuck in your hands. Just choose to dome yourself. I don't think you want to do that. I feel like that seems really bad. If you stop to square your library, yeah, okay. Man, I don't know. This is tough. Without having ever played against the deck or seen it in action, it's kind of tricky to really make a cut here. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like humming and hawing a lot at this list, but I really want to like suggest like a good cuts and ads. Maybe you don't need Rise of the Dark Realms. Maybe you can just win on your normal game plan. I guess these are my cuts. These are my changes. Bellyful of Bellow doesn't get discounted all that efficiently here. This is for each creature that died. You just cast this like, I guess you can cast this after a board wipe, but then your Lord of Pain doesn't do anything. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, what up, Oracle Text? They do have a decent amount of evoke stuff, and we have some alternative casting costs like stuff out. I feel like Greater Gargadon is a cut, right? Like it's only damage, but unlike Shadow Immortality, it's like, you know, I don't want to. I'm recommending cutting Pyrokinesis, to be honest. Like it's only 6 damage, and it's two cards. Even just for 0 mana, 2 cards deal 6 damage, and like Flame Slash a creature, which is a 1 mana effect, is like so bad card wise. I think these are my changes. I think Sting and Study is awesome in this list. It's an instant. It draws you 5 cards. Overload of the Boiler Briggs is also super great. It deals 6 damage, and it's also removal. Inspired Tinkering is a 5 mana card that is functionally 2 mana because it makes 3 treasures, and is more card draw. And then Afterlife of Loam is easily an 8 mana card that you cast for triple black. So it does a ton of damage to Lord of the Pain, and it also does a pretty good effect. I think this is a pretty sweet upgrade. I think these are all good cards. I think I'm gonna lock that in. Here's the thing about the Gargadon. Here's the thing. This is why I've landed on leave it in. It is very easy to just on turn 6 be Lord of Pain, Gargadon, Domi for 10, right? Oh, I guess, or turn 5 play Lord of Pain and then untap with a Gargadon. Right? But it's like if it's 1 mana, and then you hold up Stinging Study, and then that turn you dealt 15 damage and drew 5 cards. Like, it fits into the curve so well at 1 mana. Ingature and Shriekmaw, they're in the deck. They're good. Alright. I went out of order to do the Lord of Pain list. Let's do this one. Okay. We are deleting these. Okay. Kess, Dissonant Mage. Alright, so I actually know what Kess is doing. And, oh, wait, this is the one. Oh, I think I remember exactly what this user said. Hold up. Yeah, that was the first one of the night. Okay, so this user actually had something really funny. They like oh, I need to pull it up. Hang on. This one was so silly. Where's my June thread? So they went on to Fiverr. And they went onto Fiverr and were given like a deck list. Okay, so they paid a guy on Fiverr to help them build a deck. And they wanted the card Abyssal Persecutor in the list, and they want Demonic Pact in the list. And they want to make like a donate funny gifts deck. And then they just the Fiverr guy just returned them a Warhammer precon with like a little bit of these cards added in, and it was mostly an unchanged precon, which is straight up a scam from the Fiverr guy. It's actually crazy. This isn't the list. This is changed afterwards, but that was the list that was given, which is really funny. I mean, sorry that you got scammed, Carlendor, but yeah. Oh, Jace, as a new member, how do you submit a list to the queue? It's in the there's a channel that'll say tier 2 deck lists or tier 3 deck lists, and then there's a pinned comment there that explains it. Just play John Arenicus then. Yes. Yeah, John Arenicus would be like way better. The fact that John isn't in the list, it doesn't make any sense. It's so bad. Oh my god. Anyway, we're gonna put John Arenicus in this list. We're gonna play Blim Comedic Genius. So with the Grixis, the benefit to the Grixis is we just get like we play Blim, we also get John, we also get Donate, we also get Harmless Offering, right? We get all of those things, and then Kess lets us reuse them. You can buy back your Donate and your Harmless Offering, which is pretty cool. This is the most Shadow Wizard money game commander art you've ever seen. I mean, yeah, it's by I don't know whoever this person is, Martin or whatever. It's that's just their style. It's kind of cool. What is Fateful Handoff? Fateful. Draw cards with the mana value of target artifact or creature you control, then an opponent gains control of it. Sure. Yep. You're like, he will draw 4 cards to play Persecutor, and like, bada bing, bada boom. Anyway, here's what we need to do: is we need to cut a bunch of the garbage from this deck. This deck is all right. This deck's got an overhaul. Bloodthirster. Sure, why? Let me get this crap out of here. Pink horror. I mean, remember this was a modified precon. Yeah, I mean this type of deck can get old if you know. Kind of depends on how funny you think it is. Get rid of a bunch of this garbo. Seething Song. Kolfinor's Plans? When it comes into play, remove the top 7 cards you already face down. You may look at skip your draw step. You can't play. This is a crazy card to donate. What the hell? Sure, why not? Yeah, what up, Samwise? Thran Dynamo, Relic of Sauron, and Commander Fear gotta go for the 2-minute. I agree. I do agree. I'm just gonna. Yeah, we can ditch all this crap. I mean, here's the thing: is it's not like you want to play Kess on 3 anyway. To be honest, because it doesn't do anything unless you already have instant sorcerers in your bin. Assault suit, 100% getting out of here. What the hell? Sure, yeah, sudden substitution. That's a banger. Dark Ritual. A Dark Ritual's a lot better than Seething Song, to be honest. Especially with Kess. What is this card? Death Touch Boast? Get out of here. Okay, we've got like a billion cards. Let's add a couple of, you know, funny things to donate and pass around and play with. You know what's an easy way to do this is you just go Abyssal Persecutor into EDH rec, and bada bing bada boom, you find all the other funny things that go in the deck. Deadpool and Zancha? Sure, Deadpool's like $20. I usually don't recommend cards that cost more than 10. Well, I do like the Zancha suggestion though. That's the wrong Zancha. I don't know why it defaults like the most expensive version of the card. It's crazy. Don't instacunt Varagoth. It's actually good for. Who? Oh, this guy? Yeah. Okay. So I know what he does. I know what Varagoth does. The problem with this deck is this is like a 3-mana creature that has to go to combat in a deck that doesn't utilize the combat step, and he's just gonna get blocked and die. And then it's like a Vamp Tutor that was really slow. I don't think he's very good in this deck. I've I'm aware of what he does. Don't you worry. Kess could do more cool stuff with Hive Mind plus packs. I mean, that's really funny. That is pretty funny. I mean, you can just play Hive Mind in a deck like this if you really want to go sicko mode with it. I want to talk about the like great things we can like add in here. I do like the idea of like Baleful Strix as like a cantripping protect me creature. It's kind of hard to like attack into. That could be a good option. What is this thing? Whenever a player plays a spell, sacrifice a creature. It's a 4-mana 8/8. Sure. They'll just sacrifice it though, right? Ooh, Rotting Registrar is fun. The cool thing about Rotting Registrar in this deck is it's not awful for you, because you just discard instants and sorceries and you can get them back with Kess. So it doesn't like rot on your board. Desecration Elemental only works with John. Grid Monitor, Steel Golem, Archfiend. I think Archfiend Dross is already in here. Yeah. Greed's Gambit. Enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, gain 6 life, and create a 2/1 bat with flying. Sure. Beginning of your end step, you discard a card, lose 2 life, sack a creature. When it leaves the battlefield. That's funny. What? Descent into Avernus. Isn't that a symmetrical card? Right? Right. This is a symmetrical card. This affects everybody. So donating it doesn't like do anything. Yeah, you can play like Grid Monitor or whatever. That one's pretty good. I don't know if I want to recommend all 3 packs plus Hive Mind. Maybe that's a little too jank. Hellcarver Demon is really funny. Bazaar Trader is a repeatable donate. Oh, true, yeah. Descent of Avernus is a good card. It's just, it doesn't do anything with the donate strategy. Oh, we can play Wrong Turn. You should just donate from someone else's board, which is funny. Moogle Merchants in white, right? So I don't think we can play it. Yeah, if you play white. Yeah. Sadly, no Moogle Merchant for this deck. Oh, Role Reversal. I almost forgot about that. Deadpool's like $20 is the problem. Okay, you know what? Boom. Those are my changes. Let's cut some of the big ramp. Let's get rid of the random demon package. And if you want to do this plan, like, go for it, man. Archfiend of the Dross is already in the list. Yeah. There are more things that we could add. Like, yeah, Pyromancer Swath is another good one. There's also other stuff. You can change up the package here, but I think adding, like, the Wrong Turn, Summon Substitution, John Arenicus, Blim, Comedic Genius, Bazaar Trader lets you kind of do this whole donate plan a lot better. That's the main part. There is exchange of words, yeah. There are more donate options. I don't think we don't have space for all of them. I'm gonna move on. I think this list is at a better place than it was. Did I do this Corvald Aristocrats deck already? No, I did not. Corvald. Where's this Corvald list? See what this patron. Here's my Corvald aristocrats list. The goal here is to build a relatively consistent, resilient aristocrats deck that can win in a bunch of different ways. I want to play 0 game changers and very limited tutors, if at all. I have had a lot of success with this already. Hoping to take it to the next level. Okay. I mean, I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if it didn't have success. It is a Corvald deck. Corvald is very good. So if you're looking for like consistency, man, I hate Doubling Season. And Agent of the Iron Throne. Chatterfing, Pitiless Plunder, I see, is the one combo here. Okay. Up the land count? It's 40 with MDFCs. And there's a Soul Ring in here. I don't know if we need to up the land count. I really do think if you're looking for consistency, 5 mana do nothing is just not there. It's not like we're going to have trouble putting counters on Corvald. Corvald's already going to get huge and probably kill people. And it's unlikely that this is going to be a break point for Corvald. And then, I don't know, I feel like we probably make enough tokens. Obviously, there are new cards from Edge of Eternities that actually are really good here. Let's suggest a couple of those real quick. Yeah, I mean, probably we cut Arcane Signet for a utility land. But Soul Ring, you know, if we're looking for power. Okay, Umbral Color Zealot is probably like really good in this deck. And then Timeline Color is so good in Aristocrats decks. Super good. Okay, so both of these are like crazy. Yeah, the new Surveil Sacculate, yes. Yeah. This thing's so good. Umbral Color is crazy. This card is busted. I think this thing gets axed. The Black Planet from EOE? Oh. Yo. You're right. That's a utility land to add. This thing. Yeah, we'll replace Arcane Signet with this as an additional utility land. This one's super good. So one, Corvald gets huge, so you can power this thing out, or with Urbrass Forge, you power it out pretty quickly. And then it has 2 mana, black and 1, tap, pay 2 life, sack a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Oh my god, that is so good. White of the Reliquary? I don't know. I don't know if that's needed in this list. Oh, this is Pitiless Plunder. I did not recognize this art. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus 1 is created. In addition, sacrifice a frog, put a counter on it. Okay. Putting Springheart and Tucko on Timeless Provisioner is crazy. Yeah. That is facts. Man, this is a very it's a very clean list. This is very, very efficient. I mean, we have like Season of Loss, we have Toxic Deluge, lots of really good stuff. Mana Geyser is the only one I'm like a tad sus of. Like, look at this. 45% of your pips are black, 32 are green, only 23 are red. So what happens when you spend 5 mana and go like, I make like, 12 red mana? How good is that? You know, like all of these things are just uncastable then, right? I think this might be like the only time it's good is like in a crazy win more situation. Sephiroth, Nantaku, Tendushu Dryad, Provisioner. These are all good. They're all good. No notes really on most of these creatures. Avenger is a bit, maybe he's a bit slow. Ophiomancer goes hard in any. Ophiomancer is pretty great with your sack outlets and such. You've seen it happen, Geyser into nothing. Yeah, I feel like this is a Geyser into nothing deck. I'm just looking at all these cards that are like, requires no red mana, no red mana, no red mana. Sacrifice base removal, Undergrowth, Leopard, Canker Bloom. I think Canker Bloom's already in here. No Conrad. I don't know if this deck needs another finisher. I think it might need more draw power. Because if you really want to up the consistency, that's the thing to do. Oh, yeah, wait. Let's get this crap out of here. Yeah, your commander's already public enemy #1. Having a card like this is not good for consistency. If your commander's already in play, who cares about Agent of the Iron Throne? You should be winning the game. You have Corvald in play. Forget all the red mana, make Savro. Savro's not the same as Corvald. Pull through the weft. Interesting. It's a double regrowth and double ramp from the bin. If we had the full suite of fetch lands, I would be all over this, but we don't. There's a new blood artist with warp. What is that called? Did I miss that? Warp. Black. I'm assuming it's black. Damn right, she's better. I mean, I like Savra a lot. Don't get me wrong. Whenever this creature or another creature or artifact control dies, each one loses 1 life and you gain a life. Oh. Wait, that's kind of awesome. You can warp it for 1, do a bunch of sacrificey things, trigger it a bunch, and then it goes into exile and it saves it later. Planetary Annihilation? This thing? Oh. How long do you plan on streaming tonight? Man, I don't know. I'm already EP beepy. I don't know. I do need to work on a script a little bit, to be honest. It's already like 10:13 here. I still explore with sacklands. We don't have that many sacklands. And this deck isn't ramping that hard. Protean, Hulk, and Jury? I don't know if it needs... I mean, Hulk for value is... I mean, Hulk for value might be... Might be the call, though. Has your Valavoth deck been in the chopping block? I don't think so. Have I done a Valavoth deck? This thing, Valavoth's penis. I have not done Valavoth's penis. We can do it next. I'm about to finish up with this one, to be honest. Alright. Alright, you wanted more consistency, is what you said. Mana Geyser. I think this is going to lead to some awkward times. It might rot in your hand here and there. Sprouting Thanix. I know it's 4 sacrifice fodders, but, like, I don't know. That's kind of all it is. Doubling Season. You should not need this card to win this game. Arcane Signet. It's 1 random mana rock. Who cares, bro? Agent of the Iron Throne. If your commander's already in play, you should be winning. This card isn't necessary. New changes. Umber Caller. Surveil 1 for sacking a creature is grody. This card is so good. Timeline Color. This is some sack fodder. You can warp it from the bin for 1 black and 2 life. I know it's like it's mana. It's very black intensive in terms of mana if you're doing this in the same turn, but you can do it once every turn, twice every turn. You know. But this is another Blood Artist, and you're in a aristocrats deck. New utility land. This card's money. It's so good. Protean Hulk. You want consistency? Boom, tutors. This thing will get you a big pile of good stuff. You'll clip that. Clip what? What did I say? Reliquary Tower? I mean, honestly, with Corvald, you can actually draw enough cards to make Reliquary Tower mean something, you know? I hate Reliquary Tower in, like, random decks. People do this all the time, but, like... This deck actually, for an aristocrats deck, weirdly doesn't have that many graveyard synergies, and the commander draws a billion cards. Alright, let's look at Valavoth's penis or whatever. Oh, is that what you wanted to clip? Okay, hello. We're looking at Valavoth's painfully efficient, numbing, inclusive suffering. What the hell does invasion of whatever this thing does? I hate these invasions, by the way. I hate battles. Because you have to, like, look at them, evaluate the mana cost, evaluate how much health they have, what the front effect is, and then also think about casting the back half. It sucks. It's way too much garbo for a card that usually sucks. When it enters the battlefield, do 4 damage to another target battle or opponent, and 1 damage to a creature. Okay, so that's pretty bad. It flips to a 4/4 with prowess. If a non-creature switch control would deal damage to a creature or an opponent deals damage +2. Okay, I mean, I don't know. It's okay. What a very okay card. Yeah, we're like a Rakdos Punisher deck, right? It's just classic Valavoth. Not seeing anything that makes me go, oh, Yahoo, that's crazy, but nothing also jumps out as being bad. Maybe Blood Artist? It's not another creature you control, though, so it might trigger more than it looks. Do I have a vid going over every battle? No. Nobody would watch that. Or was that someone else? Did I rank every battle? I don't remember doing that. You'll make a Cody battle deck? Hell yeah. Invasion of this being the same... I mean, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the point of this Wheel of Fortune is. Do we have graveyard synergies? Does this do anything for us? I don't think Wheel of Fortune does anything other than it does something with Shieldred, and I guess the Crawler. We know we have the Needlehead. Alright, maybe it does stuff. Is that it? We have 3 Punishers for draw, right? And none of them are in the command zone. I'm not that excited about the wheel, to be honest. with 3 Punishers. Is there more? Have I missed one? Oh, there's Underworld Dreams. We have 4. Okay, that's looking a little better. There's 5. Oh, did I forget Cataract Parasite? Okay, okay. Um. Hmm. What does Cemetery Gatekeeper do? First strike, when it enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. When a player or plays a land or casts a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card, dings them for 2. Sure. It's 6 with Blood Chief. Oh, if you have Blood Chief turned on. True. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Let's just play something better than these two. I mean, here's the thing: is we actually do want to play Valavoth on 3, right? Because then it scales. This card needs to be way more protected if it's the commander, since like removal target number 1. Yeah, I am in agreement. We can start with Bolt Bend. This card's not super pricey. Good card. Um. Remove the rock and removal. Remove what removal? Um. What does this thing do again? When you unlock this rogue, make 3 1/1 devils, right? If a sorcery control would deal non-combat damage, is that much +2? Sure. We have Swift of Boots, yeah. Ash Zealot. Oh, you suggesting the card Ash Zealot? First strike haste whenever a player plays a spell from a graveyard. That's too niche. This is a we're going to bludgeon you with our deck carrying toolboxes. Toss in Obosh, why not? Honestly, I actually like running Obosh in the 99 of decks. It's really funny. Because sometimes you play it and then you just nuke a player, and it's awesome. And it's actually really good with a lot of the stuff in here. Because Cataract Parasite deals damage, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it deals damage, so it gets doubled. Mayhem Devil gets doubled. Zozu's doubled. Like, there's a lot of stuff that it's also attacks as like a 6/5, which is kind of cool. Planetary Annihilation MLD. people are suggesting that card like crazy. This card is all right. Whatever. Let's get a little sidetracked here. This card's really funny, right? Each player chooses 6 lands and then sacrifices the last, deals 6 damage to each creature. This is like fixed Wildfire, right? Wildfire is each player sacks 4 lands and deals 4 damage to everything. So this can set you from 4 to 0 lands, right? This sets you down to 6. So it's like it's punishment for like green. And it's a board wipe. This card's super awesome, super fair. I love it. It's in a precon and it makes the precon bracket 4 instantly, which is really funny. Yo, what up, Eric? I'm glad you like the content. Is it MLD? Yes. By the definition given, this is mass land destruction. It is indeed mass land destruction. I think it's perfectly fair, by the way. I think cards like this and Urza Silex should be allowed in bracket like 3 and 2. Or bracket 2 should have some restriction against how much lands you can have in play at a given time. Tennook is the most mouth breather deck you've ever built. It is a mouth breather deck. There's a way you can build it like that. Urza Silex and Wildfire's Baby. It kind of is, yeah. I know it shouldn't be. Like, I think this card should be allowed in bracket 2. I think this is fine. And yes, the fact that the pre-con is instantly bracket 4 by definition is very funny. And it definitely makes the brackets a little confusing to new players. Rachel was on the side that it's in the gray zone. Yeah, no, so Rachel, I mean, on the podcast, Rachel said that, like, you know, cards like this are kind of not in the spirit of what banning MLD means. And I agree with her. I think she's right. Back to this deck. I like the idea of more protection for this card. Bracket 2 should have a rule of no spending more mana in a turn than the turn number. I think that's too much. I think, because that would mean, like, Arcane Signet is, like, worthless in bracket 2. I don't know if, like, that's, like, if that's necessary. And you have to track the turn number. Yeah, it's, like, too tedious. I think it's, like, you know, if your deck on average has 7+ mana by turn 4 consistently, it's, like, banned from bracket 2. Because, like, that, because right now you could go land, exploration, cultivate, other ramp spell, and then have, like, 8 mana on turn 4 in bracket 2 and just, like, raffle stomp the table or whatever. But, like there should be something against that, you know? What are we drinking? I'm drinking water. I'm thirsty. I'm drinking water. But my drink of choice would be an amaretto sour, which maybe I should have made for the stream. That would have been fun. I think I want to recommend cutting Harsh Mentor. I think this is, like, in casual EDH, this does not happen enough. And it's only 2 damage. It's not that exciting. Like in green. So here's the thing is, so I don't know, like, MLD is kind of weird. I talked about this in a video. Go watch my video about does mass land destruction beat green decks? Because, like, you know, the answer is yes and no. That would make Belby inherently bracket 4. Yeah, I don't think. No, Belby's not. Well, I don't know. Here's the thing. All right, you know, now. Here's the thing about Belby, is if you're playing Belby and your deck is filled with, like, every single way to, like, cheat in, like, a giant Eldrazian play, I don't think it's, like, bracket 2-able anyway, right? Like, if your Belby deck is, like if I go to bracket 2 high budget, I have a feeling that this is, like, not gonna, like, if you're casting Kozilek's on, like, in, like, Wormcoil Engines on, like, turn 4 or whatever, I don't know if it's bracket 2, you know? Like, I would be fine with this then being pushed up to 3, right? It seems, I think Belby stomps bracket 2 pods, so I'll see it with Harsh Mentor. It doesn't do much, struggling with more Tombsy hate pieces. Yeah, that's the problem with, like, Harsh Mentor, is, like, it kind of sucks. Here's the thing, is, like, this is a deck, because there aren't, like, Eidolon of the Great Wolves is, like, okay, I guess. And, like, Bloodseeker's good too, but there's actually not that many good 2-drops in this deck, for this deck, right? Which means this is actually an excellent candidate for you to just play, you know, Rakdos Signet and play more 2-mana rocks, to play Valavoth on 3, and then on 4 play your Mogus or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is actually, like, this is a deck where you would want the 2-mana rocks to go turn 3 Valavoth, turn 4 Mogus. I'm instantly drawing cards. I'm instantly getting synergy. Like we're you know, like this is a lot of value here. Yeah, I like Malakir Rebirth. Yeah, is this card expensive? Yeah, it's like $14. This card's busted. I'm gonna whatever. I'll put it here, and you can kind of swap for it if you want to spend the money on it or proxy it. Getting called out on main for a deck that has never won. Billy with the companion looks fun, yeah. Could this deck play Seismic Assault? I think that's a different deck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're running Seismic, you can't casually run Seismic Assault. That's a different deck, my friend. That is a different deck. Simian Spirit Guide and no Lotus Petal. Simian Spirit Guide is a $1 card. Lotus Petal is a $32 card. Yeah, what up, Helios? This might be too slow. It's like 8 mana to get both halves of this effect. I think this card sucks. Why is Rebirth $14? Nobody plays this game. Yeah, but it's like one of the best MDFCs for casual commander too, because it protects your commander and it's a a source of mana that taps for your color. It's just really good. It's just like on its face, it's a good card and it's an MDFC, so it's like goes in every deck. Whenever a player taps land for mana, if Balefire Gremlin is tapped, they add 1 mana and then deals that. I don't like this card. We don't have like vehicles. It's just a 3/2. It's gonna get blocked and killed. Do they just never print Lotus Petal? They don't print it that often, yeah. And it's one of the best cards ever printed. If you said that, your player would say, imagine spending. I mean, look, proxy whatever you want. I don't care. Like, if they listen to this portion of the stream and go like, oh, Lotus Petal seems good, I'll just proxy it. I'm like, I don't know. That's fine. I mean, who cares? EDH is a made-up format, so like, I'm not gonna be like, you have to do this. Whenever plays spells with 3 mana or less, just diminish them. Sure, okay. Isn't the only printing? Oh yeah, it might also be 1 printing, right? Yes, it has 1 printing. It's an uncommon, so like if it gets reprinted at uncommon, it's probably gonna tank in price. Flare of Duplication, is that good in this list? I don't know if it's good. I don't think we have anything we want to sacrifice. All of our stuff is things that sit and play and do damage. You thought Lotus Petal was a game changer? Nope, it is not a game changer. Torbrand. Torbrand is not a bad idea. I do like that here. It's just good damage, And a lot of people forget he's basically just a 4/4. He's like kind of like a decent body. Now we're gonna find something else to cut. I think maybe Rite of Flame. Actually, maybe we don't even need Rakdos Signet because we have all the rituals. Or maybe we add Rakdos Sig. And then cut like Rite of Flame and just have some actual ramp. Because this is probably the worst ritual. Lotus Petal not very good in casual. I mean, I've wanted to. I want to remake a video. I did one a long time ago about Force of Will not being very good in casual, and I don't think this was like years ago, and I don't think it was like phrased very well. But I want to talk about CDH cards that are actually not that good in casual, and I think Lotus Petal is one of those. Like a lot of people don't realize like why certain cards are good. Like Force of Will should not be a game changer for casual EDH. It's not. It's not like. It's not nearly as good as you might think it is. Talisman is better. I think is Talisman already in here? It's not. I mean whatever. Talisman, Signet, same thing. You can remake. Did I actually make that video? Did I rank all the battles? I don't. I don't remember doing that. I'm not doing that. Maybe on stream. I don't know. These are going to be my changes. I think I want to cut some of this junk and put in some of this junk. Here, if we don't want to add Malakir Rebirth for price, we can add a Talisman. The Malakir Rebirth, oops, that's the wrong one. What is the Rakdos Talisman? Talisman of, is it Impulse? No. Talisman. Conviction, Indulgence. Yeah, there we go. Malakir Rebirth you cut a swamp for. Ranking all battles will be a YouTube short. Could I do your Bright Palm list next? I mean, I wasn't going to do all of the list today, but you know what? If you're here, we can do your Bright Palm list. I discard my Pognify to cast Force of Will. Yeah. Alright, Bright Palm. Alright. You're in the chat here. What are we looking at here? What is the point of this deck? I assume it's put counters on things and like punch people, yeah? That's the deck, right? Yo, Uncivil Unrest, I've lost multiple games to this card. This card is cartoonishly busted. It is so dangerous. It's got a landfall sub-theme. Fox. No, Foxel, you joined this month, right? This is for June. So like people submit throughout all of July, and then the next month I do the July lists. So this is people from June, and then they submit in the July one. So yours will be later. It's not part of this section. I think if you joined this month, I don't remember. Okay, yeah. So we're looking at a counters deck. There's a sub theme here. Immediately, Argus like jumps out at me. Oh man, it's an extra 2 mana on top of stuff to copy. Skitter's Spike. You literally saw it next. Oh, is it one of these? Did I miss it? It's the Narcy list? Oh, this one? Oh, never mind then. Yeah, sure. We can do it after this one. That'll probably be the last one for the night, to be honest. Man, okay. We have a lot of the, like, efficient stuff here. Honestly. Like, a lot of the good things are kind of already in the list. Damn. Like, nothing jumps out at me as, like, particularly bad. Maybe Argus is, like, a little win more. Oh, man. And there's an X counters. If one or more counters be put on another creature you control, you may put that many +1 Yeah, remove counter, put on another creature. It's pretty good. If I need to sleep, I mean, yeah. I'm in no rush tomorrow morning. I can sleep in. This creature enters with 2 counters on it. Discard a card, put a counter on this creature. Remove 2 counters, draw a card. That seems very good with counters doubling effects. Deck needs more lands? Kinda. We could use some. We have Soul Ring. We have Arcane Signet as well. So we have 40 mana sources. I might want to add some MDFCs. You know? I think that's the point that this deck is at, is we're just like tuning the efficiency a little bit. I want to recommend a few MDFCs. Well, let's take a look at a little pixies. We can just look at all the ones in this thing. Maybe find 1 or 2. Oops, that is the wrong thing. The Battle of the Bridgeworks is pretty good. Right, Bridgeworks Battle. Disciple of Freyles is also like an S tier card. I actually really like Legion Leadership. I think this is a really funny card. I have won a couple of games with this card, and my decks don't even make creatures with that big of power. I want to add these 2 for sure. See, the best part of Disciple of Freyles is we're upping the card draw, which is almost always good, and we're upping the mana sources. Balaged. Yeah, Balaged Recovery is also like super good. You're very high on Flame Scroll Celibant, whatever the silence is on the back. What? Oh, this thing. Your opponent can't cast spells or activate. Yeah, this one is pretty cool, but I meant the land MDFCs. I should have clarified to like up the mana sources. But that is true. That card is actually pretty good. For this, honestly, you can just go down 2 forests for these 2. And well, maybe go down 1 forest because we want to up the mana sources. Hamza's one of your favorites in plus one kind of decks. Hamza needs big things to hit. We only have like 1 X spell is the problem. I think we might cut Luminarch Aspirant. It only puts 1 counter once per turn. That's like really slow. And it's not like this deck struggles to put counters on things. Aren't we full of ways to put counters on things? Gyro Sage. Is this thing good? Whenever it attacks, blocks, or becomes the target of a spell, deals damage equal to its power to target of a spell or attacks. I guess, you know. Yeah, Aspirant just seems kind of slow. Great Henge is good. Ozla's good. Signet's fine. Soul Cauldron's busted. Kadama the West Tree's good. Oh man, it's so hard to find cuts in this deck. I also don't like Cathar's Crusade and Doubling Season, but in this deck, it's very close to untap and win the game, I think. Compared to in the other list where Doubling Season was not untap and win the game. Maybe Dramoka's command. Because, like, the first mode sucks, right? Prevent all damage target instant sorcery would do this turn. Okay. Target plays Saxon enchantment. Really niche. Put a counter on a creature. Okay, 1 counter. Target usual fights another creature. It's like removal, I guess. You know? It really only has 1 mode. It kind of sucks. Cathar's Crusade is a pain to track, so I agree. Windcrag Siege. Attack creature, right? Make a gobbo. Okay. Secluded Spring's pretty good. Innkeeper sounds great. Warden of the Grove? Looks like I looked up this card before. Oh, this thing. I don't know. I don't think this deck struggles to put counters on things, right? I feel like we have tons of ways to put counters on stuff. I feel like we need a, like more card draw and like utility. Windcrag is mostly for doubling Bright Palm's ability. If an attacking creature causes a trigger, I guess you're right. Does it triggers that. It triggers a Neem. Is that it? Yeah, maybe this is too meh. Definitely, most of the deck's goal is to drop 1/1 counters main phase 1 combat. Yeah. Moonwall Tracker and Intrepid Hero are great interaction spells instead of the Unicorn. Intrepid Hero? Oh. I don't know, that's kind of slow. Sphere Grid? That was Sphere Grid. Whenever a creature control deals combat damage to a player, put a counter on that creature. Creatures controlled with +1/+1 have reach and trample. Holy cow. Oh, this card's already expensive because this set got scalped a ton. It's so expensive. All right, I'll put it here for now. It's just a note. This card's good. I do like Ashaya to counter Cycryph. That is fun. Does Draboka's command put us kind of low on removal? I feel like you can just play a Beast Within, right? Is this card just like really good? Great is a brave word. Dormiers, I'll put a counter on that creature, deals damage. Okay, it's a bite effect. This card's good. You have an Ozolthan deck you can recommend? Alright, I'll recommend Sphere Grid. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna recommend a few more cuts. I feel like we're a little heavy on 4-drops, and our commander's a 4-drop, so maybe there's like something there we can cut. Oh, this card. I was testing this out. This card sucks. I never got this to do anything. I mean, yeah, I could put 6 counters on something, I guess. I don't know, it just feels kind of mid. Swap Dormir's Ambush for Stump Stomp? You might be right. It doesn't put a counter though. I think you just want both. I think you just cut a mountain for Stump Stomp. This card's really good. Okay, I think these are my changes. I say cut like 2 basics for Stump Stomp and Balaged. And then go Beast Within, Freylei's Legion Leadership, Sphere Grid. And we swap out Dramoka's command. Stump Stomp kind of does the same role, but is also a mana source. Luminarch Aspirant is kind of slow. I think Recast Apprenticeship kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I just every time I use it, it was really underwhelming. Windcrag Siege, I kind of agree, really only works with the commander. So Disciple of Freylei's and Beast Within, I think, is just going to give us a little bit more consistency. And Legion Leadership means now we're also going up on mana sources. And this card is crazy in a deck like this. The instant speed doubling a creature's power and giving it first strike sometimes just kills people. And it is, oh my god, it's like 11. I'm sorry, Foxel. I think I'm kind of out of it today. Can we do your I'm not reading that list later? I think I might call it for here for the stream. It's been a long day. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna call it there for the stream. I'll stream more this coming week. I'll get some more of these decks out of the way. Hopefully people like those changes. I'll put a link here to all the deck lists so you can follow along if you want to take a look at any of these lists. And of course, you can join the Patreon if you want to get your list reviewed. Time to eat. Yes, I am EP. I've had a busy day. I will catch y'all later. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting me. Yeah. If at all possible, Fox, I'll try and hold off till you're actually in the stream. I got plenty of other decks to review. I will catch y'all later. See ya.